Just because the computer isn't working like it used to today, when you had originally picked it up years ago, doesn't mean that you need to throw it away. Maybe you need to reinstall the operating system, or maybe you need to try a different operating system. A computer that worked very, very well 5 years ago may seem slow by today's standards, but that doesn't mean that you can just toss it into a rubbish pile thinking, oh, I've got no use for it. What about possibly putting a new operating system onto that computer and do something else with it? Potentially turning it into a media server or a way to experiment with something like a distribution of Linux you might have wanted to try at some point, like Mint or Ubuntu or any one of those distributions. An old computer can still be a good computer. In fact, I recommend that for anybody, especially if you have a geekier side to you and you just don't want to get rid of that computer that seemingly works just fine. So we've crafted an article based on personal experience, how to buy a laptop and salvage a desktop at the same time. My father, who's not here in the home office to do videos today, is a big fan of the classic desktop computers, and I know many of you are as well. But if you go into those computer stores these days, you walk into a physical store, you'll notice they're not selling a lot of desktop computers anymore. They're kind of going the way of the dodo. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying that more people are buying those mobile options anymore rather than being tied to a desktop environment. That's just the way of the future. Whether you like it or not, I can't, tell everybody what to buy. What they want to buy, what they want to buy, and ultimately it needs to match what their needs happen to be. So, if you find yourself faced with, do I buy a laptop or a desktop? Take a read. Look at this article that we linked in the description, How to Buy a Laptop and Salvage a Desktop. I'm going to go ahead and plus one it, just like Brad Tomlinson, Ryan Carteret, Sean Jordan, and Robert Glenn Fogarty did right there. You can do the same thing. Feel free to tweet it and like it as well. Where do you draw that line between needing to buy or wanting to buy a laptop or a desktop? That is the question. Give us your answer.